In the tech-saturated heart of a bustling city, Sam's existence was punctuated by the rhythmic hum of supercomputers and the soft, eerie glow of monitors. His workplace, a state-of-the-art call center, sat perched on the 12th floor of a sleek office building, a solitary island of calm amid the urban nocturnal chaos. It was here, in the solitude of the graveyard shift, that the first unsettling incident occurred. A phone call, replaying the sound of his own car idling, a noise unmistakably familiar yet impossibly distant. As nights unfolded, the calls grew disturbingly personal. One night, it was the muffled murmur of his television. Another night, the sizzle of oil from his kitchen stove, and on a particularly chilling occasion, the slow, steady drip of his bathroom faucet. These were no benign glitches or misplaced pranks. They were clear, deliberate invasions of his privacy, using intimate sounds of his daily life against him. Each call breached the sanctity of his private world, echoing back through the phone in a twisted mimicry. Tormented by a blend of fear and curiosity, Sam tapped into his technical expertise to unearth the origin of these calls. His investigations revealed each to originate from a shadowy source nestled deep within the city's sprawling digital arteries, hinting at a sophisticated operation skilled in the art of surveillance. Despite reinforcing his apartment with the latest security technologies, the calls persisted, escalating in intimacy and intensity. Driven to his limit, Sam devised a cunning plan, a digital trap. He meticulously constructed a network of decoy smart devices, each rigged to mimic the activities of his daily routine. His trap sprung late one night when a call transmitted a live feed from the decoy setup. Seizing this lead, Sam traced the digital breadcrumbs back to their source, a nondescript building cloaked in anonymity, lurking just blocks from his apartment. Venturing into the building under the cover of darkness, Sam uncovered a den of digital voyeurism. The room was a cold technological cave, walls lined with feeds from countless unsuspecting citizens' homes, monitored by a group of rogue tech enthusiasts. Their operation was sinister, a live streaming platform catering to an obscure online audience, feasting on the private moments of the city's residents. With his discovery, Sam acted swiftly, leading to the dismantling of the operation and a series of arrests that sent ripples across the city. The aftermath transformed him into an unwitting hero, a champion of digital privacy. Yet the victory was tinged with unease. His blog, initially a personal diary, evolved into a manifesto on digital safety, drawing readers from around the globe, each seeking guidance in an increasingly invasive digital world. Now, as Sam wandered the neon-lit streets of the city, every smartphone seemed to leer, every connected device whispered potential threats. The victory had altered the fabric of his reality. No longer were these gadgets mere conveniences, but potential breaches into personal sanctums. The silence of his apartment, once a sanctuary, now resonated with the echoes of those invasive calls. Each buzz of his phone was a stark reminder of the ever-present gaze of unseen watchers. The boundaries between public and private life had irrevocably blurred, leaving Sam to navigate a world where technology was both shield and weapon. Haunted by the knowledge that his actions had only scratched the surface, Sam understood that his battle was not concluded. It had merely transformed, evolving into a continual struggle against the encroaching shadows of a digital age that promised connection but delivered unseen chains. Jamie's phone buzzed early one quiet autumn morning, shattering the stillness of their routine day. A single message lit up the screen. "You'll forget your math textbook today." Jamie smirked, assuming it was a prank. Tossing the phone aside, they grabbed their bag and rushed out the door. Hours later, seated in a lecture hall, Jamie froze. The textbook, integral to solving the day's problems, was still on their desk at home. The accuracy of the message clawed at their thoughts, but they shrugged it off. Coincidence? Nothing more. The next day, another text appeared. "You'll choose the last apple at lunch." Bemused, Jamie dismissed it and went about their day. Yet when they reached the cafeteria, The last apple sat alone on the fruit tray, as though it had waited just for them. Jamie hesitated but picked it up, the seed of unease now firmly planted. By the end of the week, the messages had become a routine. The 3:10 bus will be late. You'll drop your notebook in the quad. Each prediction, small and inconsequential, unfolded precisely as foretold. What began as mundane grew intrusive. The texts delved deeper into Jamie's private life, predicting events no one else could possibly know. You'll spill coffee on your blue shirt, one read. Hours later, Jamie's trembling hand knocked a cup onto their chest. The messages no longer felt like coincidences. They felt like control. The turning point came one night when Jamie received a chilling notification. You will lose something precious today. Panic bubbled beneath the surface as they tried to brush it off. That evening, their laptop crashed, taking months of hard work with it. Jamie stared at the blank screen, numb with the realization that the texts weren't just predicting, they were orchestrating. The texts grew darker still. Meet me at the old campus library at midnight if you ever want the text to stop. Jamie stared at the screen, dread coursing through their veins. Ignore it, a rational voice whispered, but the thought of enduring endless foreboding messages was unbearable. The library, abandoned for years, was a relic of the university's past. No one went there anymore, not in the day, let alone at night. Yet, as the clock approached midnight, Jamie found themselves walking under the weight of the moonlight, steps echoing on the desolate path. The library loomed ahead, its silhouette stark against the night sky. The building exhaled an air of neglect, its windows cracked and its facade cloaked in vines. The wooden doors groaned as Jamie pushed them open, the sound reverberating through the cavernous interior. The air was heavy, damp with the scent of rot and dust. Jamie's flashlight sliced through the darkness, illuminating rows of decaying bookshelves. Time ticked by. Each creak of the old building made Jamie's breath hitch. Shadows seemed to shift in the periphery, but every time they turned, nothing was there. As the clock struck 1, the phone buzzed again, the sound deafening in the oppressive silence. Jamie's hands trembled as they unlocked the screen. It was a photo. The image showed a dusty mirror, its surface caked with grime. The message below read, "Look." Jamie's flashlight found the mirror, its frame tarnished and warped with age. Approaching hesitantly, they wiped a hand across the surface, clearing away the dirt. Their reflection stared back, wide-eyed, pale, trembling. But behind them, just barely visible, was another figure. Shadowy and indistinct, it stood motionless, its presence undeniable. Jamie spun around, flashlight darting through the darkness. Nothing. The room was empty, yet the sensation of being watched pressed down like a weight. Heart racing, they turned back to the mirror. The figure was gone, leaving only Jamie's own terrified reflection. The phone buzzed one final time. Now you understand. Some things are better left unknown. Jamie stumbled out of the library, the oppressive air replaced by the biting chill of the night. The texts stopped, days turned to weeks, and no new messages arrived. Relief came, but it was laced with unease. What had happened in the library? Who, or what, had been behind the texts? The questions hung unanswered, gnawing at Jamie's mind. Late at night, when shadows stretched too long or silence grew too thick, Jamie would remember the mirror, the figure, the words. Life returned to normal, but it was never the same. Something unseen had breached the veil of ordinary life, leaving Jamie with a lingering sense of vulnerability, as though the texts had only been the beginning of something far darker. In the bustling heart of a metropolitan city, Kira, a young tech enthusiast and documentarian, embarks on a project to uncover and chronicle the unseen layers of urban life. Her journey begins when she discovers an old, abandoned radio station in a forgotten quarter of the city. Among the debris of the once vibrant broadcast hub, Kira finds a collection of vintage broadcasting equipment, a testament to the golden age of radio. Intrigued by the history encapsulated in these machines, Kira takes several pieces, including an old shortwave radio, back to her apartment. Her goal is to restore them, not only to preserve history, but also to explore the kind of content that once flowed through these devices, echoes of the past that shaped the present. As she meticulously restores the radio, Kira learns about the shortwave bands it used to operate on, frequencies that once carried voices across continents, relaying news, music, and messages during times when the internet was still the stuff of science fiction. Powered by curiosity, she begins scanning these old frequencies, discovering a subculture of modern shortwave enthusiasts who use the spectrum to share news, conspiracy theories, and uncensored information. Her exploration leads to a broader examination of the city itself. Kira maps out the historical significance of various locations based on past broadcasts she uncovers through interviews with older residents and radio enthusiasts. She learns about underground movements, speakeasies, secret wartime communications, and civil rights messages that were all part of the city's hidden auditory landscape. Kira's findings reveal a massive, unseen network of stories beneath the city's bustling surface. She documents her discoveries in a series of podcasts and video documentaries, calling the series Urban Echoes. Her work attracts the attention of historians and technologists who are fascinated by the blend of old tech and modern storytelling. However, the climax of Kira's journey arrives when she uncovers a lost recording related to a major historical event in the city, a labor strike that was nearly erased from public memory due to political pressure. The recording, made by an anonymous broadcaster, provides a first-hand account of the event and offers new insights into the city's struggle for workers' rights. As Kira prepares to publish this pivotal episode of Urban Echoes, she grapples with the potential impact of her findings. Her work underscores the power of media to preserve memory and truth, but also its ability to shape narratives depending on who controls the frequencies. The story concludes with the release of the episode, followed by a public dialogue featuring historians, activists, and the community, facilitated by Kira. The discussions are vibrant and occasionally contentious, highlighting the ongoing relevance of historical truths in shaping the future. Thank you for delving into these chilling tales. If you enjoyed unraveling the mysteries, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories that blur the lines between reality and the unknown. Stay curious,